Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today I'm going to be making a mini pond for the patio. Some of you know already we're building this nice decorative pond out here, but I won't be filling this with fish right away. So to get fish close and out here with us, I'm going to be putting in a little mini pond here on the patio. Hey puppy, you going to be helping? So I already have this pond tote from Lowe's that I bought. I bought 2 of them last year because I was actually planning on making them into planters. But I made one of them into a patio pond last year before I did that. I also have some recycled planting containers that I'm going to be using to hold stone, and this planting tray I have. I also have this stone that I plan on using. So the plan is to make a DIY bog filter again, but I don't want to use a 5-gallon bucket because I had to hide that and try and make it look pretty behind this post. But I'd rather not have that 5-gallon bucket there this time. So instead I'm going to put an internal bog filter, upflow and intake bay right inside those little containers right there. I'm going to add gravel. One's going to house the pump, so it's going to suck all the water down through the gravel and then through the pump. It's going to pump then into the other one, which is going to upflow through the gravel to get back into the pond. So this won't be any waterfall, but that's going to filter the water and keep it healthy for the fish. And then I can add another pump for a waterfall or decorative feature if I want to. But at least that'll get the pond going and get it healthy. And then you can actually see the fish in the water, because if you have a waterfall going in or a fountain, it actually disturbs the top of the water. It's hard to see down in where the fish are. But it is nice to have that sound and the visual effect of the water. So I might end up putting a decorative pump on there, but for now we're just going to start with the filter and getting the whole setup ready for fish. So I need to fill up these 2 containers with some river gravel, and since we're building a nice big decorative water feature out here, I have some extra materials on the side of the driveway. Poppies and the hosta and the cow lily all looking good. Everything's looking good this time of year. So here we have the gravel, and I'm just going to fill this up. Doesn't really matter, it's all 2B river gravel. It doesn't need to be any finer, but there is some finer pieces in here. You can see there's some large stuff and there's some smaller stuff. So I'm going to fill these up and then get them all rinsed out. Puppy, don't bother my turkey. Got the turkey out in the day pen, and Echo Pup is keeping an eye on him. Look at those hostas and lilies blooming. It's gorgeous out there. Get the stone all rinsed out. You can see all that dirt coming out of them. You want to get them nice and clean so they can collect dirt and not release dirt. Now I need to grab the pump that I'm going to use, which is down in the Oscar pond right now. Down here is Seve and Winston, and Balthazar's hiding in there. We still have 2 silver dollars. 2 of them did pass away. I'm not sure what happened, but I think one of the Oscars in here really messed with the silver dollars and picked on them. But we had 2 of them float to the surface within a matter of 3 days, and then the other 2 silver dollars have been fine. But you know what? Never mind. The pump is in the goldfish grow out pond. So here I have a little pump that's just in here circulating water for them. I switch it back and forth between the 2 ponds just to give them a little bit of change up and current. You can see my bog filter, DIY bog filter from last year, is still running the pond in here, doing pretty well. The water's keeping clear and healthy for the fish in here. And that is the test filter that I built to make sure that the idea was going to work for my bigger pond. And then for the Oscar pond, I built an even bigger one and put some pothos and plants in it to keep the water healthy, and that's what's keeping the water clear and nice for all the cichlids in here. Alright, I got the pump, and I also got some hose that I have left over from doing the pond last time. You get some of this for a little bit and it goes a long way. So the idea is to run this pump from the bottom of this one into that one. So I don't really need much hose. I'll probably cut it off somewhere in here. Let me just measure that out. So I have to come up through that one and down into the bottom of this one. So I'm just going to cut it right there. Alright, now I have to empty out all these stones. Some in the bottom. Drop the pump down in. Make sure we're on full bore here. Maximum this way. It's a small pump. I believe it's only like 50 gallons an hour or something. Yeah, I don't know. But it's a very small pump, fountain pump you can get at Lowe's. And that's where I got it. You just want to fill in all around. Okay, now all I have to do is bend this down here. I'm going to stab a hole through the bottom of that one and shove this pipe right up into the stone. I got a chicken out. Echo Pup's out there chasing the chicken because the chicken got out. Now the chicken's scaring all the ducks. Oh, they need help. How are you doing, turkey? Are you all good? All right. Echo Pup's really good with the chickens, so I don't really have to worry about him eating them usually. I don't leave him alone with them 100% of the time, but whenever a chicken gets out, he's not going to come up here and attack it, so he just lets me know when one escapes. And so the ducks, they're so loud, and they're scared of the chickens, so they make a lot of noise. Hey girl. Hold on, Mumbles. Gotta get her back in her spot. Echo. Okay, you got her in the duck pen. That's alright, well that's a start. She's just gonna scare the ducks now though. We get her over the over the gate. Come on. Alright, there you go. Over the gate you go. Good boy, Pup. Out. Get out. What? What? You don't want pettings? Hey, Mumbles. Hey, Mumbles, my goose. What are you doing, buddy? I don't have any food for you. I'll pet you, though. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy. Oh, the ducks. So noisy. Echo. Come on. Should have the duck house done here soon, and I'll get the ducks moved into there, and they'll be on the other side of the barn, away from the chickens a little bit. And back to the pond. We got it all filled up, and I put some rocks around there to hide the plastic of the tray. And right now, I can actually plug it in. We'll get this plugged in, and the filter will start running on this. You won't see anything happen. It won't be too exciting to see. There's some bubbles. There, that was the extent of it. But now that's going to start circulating the water, keeping it healthy, keeping it from being a stagnant pool. And then if I want to, or when I want to, because I will, I like decorating things, as you might have seen. I'm going to put a waterfall feature on this, but at least I got the water started in here. It's getting healthy, and I can start having some bacteria gather on the rock surfaces, and they'll be able to denitrify the water. Whenever I put fish in here, they'll be able to handle the load of fish. There's some more bubbles. Bubbles. Alright, I made a few changes. I don't like that square that was sitting right there. I feel like it's taking up way too much space in the pond. So I took the whole thing out, and then I took a lot of the flat rocks and I set them there on the bottom to make it look like kind of a floor. I also have 2 bricks standing up in there to make the base for the waterfall. They will be the foundation structure, and then I'll put some decorative stone on top of them. But at this point, I think I need to run my fountain pump, which is in the pond right now. So I'm going to grab that, set it in here, run the hose right about where I think I'm going to need it, and then I can build everything else around it. Okay, got kind of what I wanted to get done there. I got a little bit of a waterfall built, maybe a little bit too much of a waterfall. So I'm gonna have to dial that back, see if I can turn the pump back far enough to where it'll be a good level, or if I have to kind of block up that pipe a little bit to slow the water flow down. It's staying in the pond just barely, but it is way too much flow up here. All right, that's about as low as I can make the water flow go with this pump. It's a 600 per gallon per hour pump, so it's gonna have a little bit of heavy flow even on the low end. For this 20, I believe it's a 20 gallon pond here, maybe 30. But I think it's looking pretty good. We got the sound of water right here on the patio, and we'll be able to add fish to this one here in the next couple days whenever I go get fish. So we'll let this run for a while just like it is. I might even add another plant right in this section here to hide the electrical box, but for now it's gonna work out just well. We'll let this run until the water gets nice and clear, and then I'll test it before I put some fish in. Last year I added some minnows to this. I added 6 feeder goldfish and then an Oscar. I didn't mean to add the Oscar, it was mislabeled as pet store, whole thing about that. But we ended up moving the Oscar out into a bigger pond. We got the 6 feeder goldfish still alive downstairs in the grow out pond. And then we added some koi down there with them. But for this pond, I want to just do a lighter load, maybe just a few, maybe 6 minnows, or maybe hatchet fish, something I can actually add to the main bigger pond whenever it's actually healthy and ready to take fish. So we'll see whenever I go to the pet store and see what they have. But for now, at least we have the pond ready to accept fish whenever they do come. Let me know what you think of the new DIY patio pond here with the DIY bog filter. This one is internal bog filter. It still is an intake bay upflow bog filter through the gravel, but it doesn't have the 5 gallon bucket. It won't be able to filter the same amount of capacity as the 5 gallon bucket did, but like I said, I'm probably going to do a smaller fish load in here. It's just to bring the water right up here to the patio whenever you don't want to walk out there into the sun and visit the nice beautiful pond that we're creating out there. If you want to see any more of me and Echo's creations out here at Whitt Acres, then go in the description down below. Where are you going, Pop? Back in the shade. Okay. If you want to see any more from Whitt Acres here, go in the description down below. Check out all our channels so you can see everything coming out here from Whitt Acres. And make sure you're subscribed down below so you can see when we get the new fish for this. You can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.